Cheese of truth. Your best friend, Mrs. You.
It's already boiling here. What you did?
I put hot water in it.
Hot water, more? Who told you to put hot water, more?
It's gonna boil faster this way.
It's come terrible. Die. No hot water, but...
What's so funny?
You can already put the pasta here. What you did? I'm on
It's
it.
gonna boil faster.
Cold water. Always use cold water.
I just harvested a boatload of wheat from this field in my backyard. Just take a look at this, guys. So I have hundreds of these little heads of wheat. Each individual berry of wheat is in one of these. Here's one of those little wheat berries. So how do you get the berries out of all of this wheat? We're gonna let it dry for a few days, and then we have to put it in a burlap sack and beat our wheat until the berries come out, and then drop them over a fan so that the light stuff blows away and the berries fall down. Then we can mill it and make some bread.
Oh, so Well, it's caramel apple day, so as you can see here, we're getting ready to make our caramel apples. We're caramelizing our caramel even as we speak. Now, caramel is a little bit different. We don't cook it at temperature. We actually test it to what we call softball in cold water. So we're going to begin testing it here in just a minute. So we don't actually cook it to a thermometer temperature, but we do get a temperature. Sometimes we'll cook it a little bit higher if we're making just straight caramel. But if we're doing apples, we cook it a little bit lower because we know it's going to take a little bit of time to dip the apples. So just depending on what we're using it for, that determines on the temperature or how thick or hard we need it to set up. So. And you probably wonder why I switch hands. Well, the caramel drips so much when I first dip the apple, you have to let it drain a little bit. In order to do them twice as fast, I switch hands. So while I'm rolling this apple with the right amount of caramel on it, this one over here is dripping. And then as I dip the next apple, I'll do a quick switch of the hands, and now this apple is ready to roll. Otherwise, it takes me twice as long to dip them. And so I'm just gonna try to go twice as fast.
If you ever see this floating pink ball in the ocean, going the other way might just save your life. An Australian fisherman noticed what he thought was a downed hot air balloon, but when he got close enough to smell it, he realized what it was and that his life was in danger. Because this hot air balloon was actually a rotting upside down whale carcass, and the hot air was actually trapped gas that caused the decaying whale corpse to become bloated. When whales die, they decompose, and with nowhere to go, the gas that gets produced ends up trapped inside all that blubber. The reason you don't want to be anywhere near it is because it's a ticking flesh bomb that can explode and shower you in a confetti of blood and guts. Not only is that trauma enough to pay off your therapist's mortgage, since a bloated past tense whale can launch its guts at 45 miles per hour, it can actually kill you if you're close enough. And if you're dumb enough to be standing on the whale when it explodes, it can real life launch you clear in the air. In 2004, a 60-foot sperm whale was being transported down a busy street in Taiwan when it suddenly painted the entire block red. I couldn't tell you if it was cloudy, but it was in fact raining meatballs. In 1970 in Oregon, people used dynamite to blow apart a 50-foot whale carcass that had washed ashore. What they thought it would do was divide the whale into easier to manage pieces. What actually happened was chunks of whale rained down on the crowd of people that had gathered by to watch, and one piece was so thick it actually destroyed a man's car. Moral of this video: that's not a hot air balloon, it's a flash pass to Jesus if you're not careful.
Hola amigos, ahora vamos a hacer una paleta de fresa con mango. Vamos a licuar las fresas. Vamos a poner el agua para licuarlas. Vamos a poner las fresas. Vamos a pelar los mangos. Vamos a poner poquita agua para licuar el mango. Vamos a poner el mango a la fresa. Ahora vamos a revolver. Leche condensada a su gusto. Así tiene que quedar. Ahí van los vasitos. Ahí van los palitos. Listas para freezer. Estas sí son paletas de fresa con mango.